Hey entrepreneurs, this week I want to challenge you to do something counterintuitive. A lot of entrepreneurs ask me for help with self-discipline. So it may sound strange that I'm going to ask you this week to practice the discipline of doing less of the things that you don't want to do. And the reason for that is that even though a lot of people say, when I ask them, what would help you achieve your goals faster, they'll say things like, if I could have more self-discipline, or if I could have a more positive mental outlook, or if I could just get myself to stop procrastinating, or if I could just follow my list and actually do the things I intended to do. And those are all great. All of those things will actually improve your productivity. They're all good ideas. But there's one thing that I've noticed that some of the most successful entrepreneurs I've had the privilege of working with do a little bit differently. And that is that they tend to spend less time doing things they don't want to do. And by that, I don't mean they don't do the eat that frog strategy and get stuff done when it just has to get done. What I mean is, in general, their overall life plan involves less forcing themselves to do things that society thinks they should do, or they kind of always just thought they had to do it that way because everyone else does it that way. And they're more likely to ask themselves, what do I just feel inspired to do? And because of that, they seem to burn more brightly without burning out, because they're pursuing a life strategy and a set of business goals, a set of activities that better align with what they actually want to do. And so you require less motivation and less self-discipline to actually do those things. The discipline is actually to say no to all of the societal expectations and the constant things that are coming at you. Not everyone looks up to Warren Buffett as a kind of person to emulate, but one thing that he does that I think makes a lot of sense is that he says that that he attributes a lot of his success to the fact that out of 100 opportunities that come his way, he'll say no to 99 of those opportunities. And he says that's what he attributes a lot of his success to. In other words, being more selective. And part of being more selective is choosing the things that open up your energy and make you feel alive. And so if you practice this, you'll notice some strange things, some things that will change in you. You'll stop dreading some aspects of your work because you'll just be more recharged through the work that you're doing. And so those few things that are just kind of tasks you don't really enjoy, they won't wear you down as much because you spent most of your day pursuing the things that you just want to do. You feel inspired. They feel right to you. And I'm talking about, something that's a little bit more right brain. It's a little bit less of that left brain sort of linear, makes logical sense. And it's a little bit more listening to that intuitive insight that comes from a way of thinking that is probably not accessible to your verbal, logical mind. Some part of you knows at a deeper level what would be both good for you, good for your goals, and something you would enjoy pursuing. So if you spend more of your time doing those things, it requires that you practice the discipline of saying no to the stuff you really don't want to do, that you just were doing because you kind of felt like you should, but it doesn't really connect at some intuitive level. It just doesn't feel like it's something you should be spending your time on. So my challenge for you this week is to play a little game. Just try to notice 3 times where you're working on something, you're spending your energy or your mind share or your time on something where you just feel like something inside of you is telling you not to do it, that it's not even necessary, that you can pursue your goal another way by doing something that you actually want to do. And notice what happens. You may spend more time with a smaller number of people. You may actually do fewer things, but find that you do them exceptionally well. You may find that you burn brighter in ways that are hard to verbally explain, and yet you see it in the results and you don't feel as burned out. We can't manage time. Time passes regardless. We can manage tasks and energy. And so this is one way of managing your energy, is to pay attention to that intuitive sense that there are some things you want to do and you should spend more of your time doing them. Talk to you again next week.